What's up, folks? My name is Trail, better known as Budget Bill, and today we have another stimulus update video for you. Today we are going to discuss the $5,000 big fat stimulus checks for college students and the $4,000 travel tax credit that is getting a little bit more traction. But before we get started, be sure to like this video as it really helps out the channel and it helps the channel grow. Okay, thank you. Now, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. What's up, guys, and thanks for sticking around. So today we have a new proposed bill, as if we need any more, right? Well, this bill was proposed by Senator Martha McSally of Arizona. She introduced a bill called the American TRIP Act, and the acronym TRIP stands for Tax Rebate and Incentive Program Act. So this TRIP Act wants to offer $4,000 for each adult to travel somewhere at least 50 miles away from their primary home. And obviously for couples, it would be tax credit of $8,000. Plus this bill would offer an additional $500 for each dependent child. Now, these tax credits would be applied for expenses such as transportation, lodging or hotel stay, food and beverage, and entertainment. Now, this particular bill would be retroactive and apply to any travel between December of 2019 through January of 2022. Now, McSally's proposal is twice as generous than the much talked about Explore America tax credit idea that Mr. Trumpy brought up last month in the White House. So for those that missed that, the Explore America tax credit was actually pushed by the tourism industry. They are advocating for up to $4,000 for each U.S. household to cover vacation expenses by covering hotel stay, theme parks, restaurants, and other tourism-related businesses. Now, the Explore America tax credit is proposed to end in 2021. And they are projecting this tax credit would cover up to about 50% of families' total vacation expenses to a maximum of $4,000 per family. Now, I don't know about you, but most of my vacations in the Budget Bill household don't come to nearly as much as $4,000. But maybe that means we are traveling on a budget. Who knows? Now, most of you probably want to know is why are they trying to provide these tax credits for people for traveling instead of direct money to the American people? Well, the reason is because you all know that tourism and hospitality industries were amongst the hardest hit sectors across the country, and their revival is critical to our economic recovery. And ultimately, providing a tax credit will help stimulate the economy as well as provide money for these industries so that they can open back up again. Several hotels and tourism places have been losing a lot of money lately, and people have been losing their jobs because there is no one traveling or going to these places, which means that no one there is spending money. And then also, don't forget, a lot of tourism places make 80% of their money from travel. So when travel shuts down, they are pretty much just a sinking duck at that point. So that's why these vacation tax credits sounds great in regards to spending money back into the economy, helping these businesses open back up. You know what I'm saying? Provide jobs back to those who lost their jobs temporarily. And let's face it, the government knows that another big fat stimulus check will most likely just go back into your bank account for a majority of Americans. You know you guys are not spending that money into the economy to help the economy pick back up. Now, there was a survey conducted by the American Hotel and Lodging Association, or the AHLA. They surveyed the American people to see how many actually support this vacation tax credit or vacation travel credit to encourage people to travel. And their numbers came back about 3-to-1 ratio, which was 61% of the people surveyed actually support it, and about 21% of the people are actually against it. So that's pretty much majority of the numbers that they want to see this travel tax credit bill being passed. Now, moving on to what we have these college students. We know that the college students were pretty much left out when the initial CARES Act was passed back in March. Yeah, so I wanted to touch on the big fat stimulus checks for college students. As you know that a lot of people were upset because they felt like college students were left out from everyone else when they were receiving their $1,200 big fat stimulus checks. Well, apparently there was billions of dollars set aside for America's college students impacted by the epidemic, and majority of that money hasn't even been claimed yet. As much as $7 billion was earmarked specifically for students as a part of the $2 trillion relief package passed by Congress. Well, a financial aid startup company by the name of Frank recently teamed up with the education giant Chegg to create a simple way to apply for the stimulus aid. They actually created a tool or a portal that made it much easier to complete the application process. This new portal went up the other day, and in about 10 hours, they received over 10,000 applications. Now, they are saying that college students are eligible for anywhere between $500 up to $5,000 in stimulus relief aid. The rules for receiving these funds are referred to the Higher Education Emergency Relief Fund, also known as the HEERF or HERF. Now, for this, they do have different eligibility requirements in order to receive the stimulus relief aid. For students who were affected and want to apply for this, will have to provide proof of job loss, proof of reduced hours if you had a job and your hours were cut, and proof of expenses tied to either food or travel that resulted from the actual pandemic. So yes, hopefully it's not too late for you to apply for stimulus relief money if you are a college student and you were affected by the pandemic. Now, for everything we discussed today, I will include a link down below in the description so you can check those out as well. Also, if you enjoy these stimulus update videos, please give this video a like, as it definitely helps out the growth of this channel. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, this is a great time to click on the subscribe button down below, as well as the bell next to it, so you can be notified every time I upload new videos. Again, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Peace.